Luke, huge congratulations. What a contest. Just talk us through that match.
Yeah, I mean, the stats and the game itself goes to show it was a brilliant game. I think that's a test that I needed, and I've proved once again when someone tests me, I can get them out of the way.
17 180s is a record so far this tournament and a 106 plus average. You must be delighted with those numbers.
Yeah, I mean, from the start I weren't thinking about averages or 180s or anything like that, because I said pre-match that Rob's not going to play anywhere near he has been doing, and that's why he's nearly put in a 99 against me. And yeah, just had to get him out of the way, and then yeah, the stats it's good to see, but when you're in a game like that, you're just fully focused on winning legs.
You were yet to drop a set before this match, and then Rob ended up posing a really serious threat to your title defence in general. You know, a word on Rob in that match, because he really pushed you there, didn't he? Yeah,
he definitely really pushed me, and I said to him at the end there, he said to me he found his feet, and I said, you definitely did. And then he said to me, I wish I started like that. And I said, I just, in my head, I was like, yeah, I'm glad you didn't, Rob, because it would have been very different. But like I always say, I just want to get off to a quick start, and then that's what I've done once again.
And looking forward to the quarterfinals now, your third time in 3 appearances making it there. After a performance like that, you must be really confident ahead of your title defence going forward.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, didn't even think about the averages or anything. But obviously I've gone 107, 106 and a half. But yeah, obviously I'll be back New Year's Day, and yeah, see who wins out of Christoph and Luke.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Luke, that was some performance. I don't think I've ever seen you be as animated, celebrating like that, apart from when you won here last year, the whole thing. So, yeah, I mean, that must have felt great at the end.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the fans, they done what they done. I've reacted as any other player would, really. I think I might have reacted a bit too early on after that first set, and then when I come on for the second set, they're still at it, and I said, yeah, you've done it a bit too early, but I just had to get on with the job. When I went 3-1 up, I felt like I was really in it, and obviously Rob found his feet, but yeah, just had to get rid of him.
How much of the using of the crowd to kind of fuel your own game and go through the gears were you actually doing there? Was it like right at the forefront of your mind? Yeah,
I mean, obviously not really at the front of my mind, because obviously they want the underdog to win, or did he want the game to go on even longer than it should do? But yeah, definitely fueled me up, and I've definitely played better then. So yeah, just have to see what happens New Year's Day.
Now you've been off the stage as well for a little bit, and you've had a chance to kind of look at the numbers and come in here and just kind of mop your brow a little bit. You must be really satisfied with those stats.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the stats, but yeah, still doesn't feel like a 107, because yeah, I can't remember half the checkouts or shots I've actually checked out there, because I just had to really dig deep, and obviously get Rob out of the way, progress to the quarters, and obviously, yeah, give some back to the fans.
Enjoy the rest and see you in the new year.
Thank you.
Luke, congratulations. You won't have seen it yet, but Emma, who obviously is a wrestling fan, the Luke Littler heel turn, she called it, the reference there. What's just going through your mind? Because normally you're cool, calm and collected on stage. Like I've never seen you so animated on that. So what made you lose your temper so much?
Yeah, I mean, just the fans. And yeah, obviously I give it a little bit for a few checkouts throughout the game. But yeah, I just kept thinking to myself, just leave everything until that last art goes in. And obviously, when Rob left that 3-4-2, I've said to myself, just hit a 180, left the 164, and then guaranteed 6 at 164, and then he's not left to finish again. Then I've got a 6 at 68, and then just had to get it out of the way.
Rob's not had a great back end of the year. Did he play better than what you were expecting him to?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, I knew what Rob was going to do tonight. Like I said, he wasn't going to play near enough what he has been doing throughout the tournament, and that's why he put in a near enough 99 average. And you've always got to expect the best from Rob. And yeah, especially when he plays me, he always brings the best out of me and himself.
Everyone was saying that you just breezed through your section of the draw. How important is it now that you have been tested and you've come through that test? Because we've seen players before breeze through, and the first time they're tested, there's nothing there because they haven't had that test.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's come early enough. But yeah, I'm just glad that it was a good game, and yeah, I can progress, and I can come back on New Year's Day.
Well played tonight, Luke. Were you surprised by the reaction of the fans to you tonight?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Obviously, like I said there, they want the underdog to win, they want the the favourites to go out, and yeah, I just had to get out of the way and get my job done.
That performance tonight, how far does that go towards, when you're linking up these sort of performances, how far does it go towards getting towards that title?
Yeah, obviously only a few games away from lifting the trophy once again, but the performance tonight, yeah, just really doesn't feel like a 106.5, because it was just that much adrenaline going through me, that much emotion, the anger, but yeah, I can say I'm glad that I won.
You said some positive things about Rob there, but what did he say at the end to yourself?
Yeah, he said well played, and he said we never say a bad word about each other, and that's what me and Rob do. We don't need to. And yeah, he said I found it at the end there, and I said yeah, you did. And then he said I wish he found it at the start of the game, not towards the back end. And yeah, and he said good luck.
Hi Luke, well done on that performance. I asked you a few days ago what makes you lose your head. So how close was you to losing it on that stage tonight?
I think I lost it. I think it's still on there. Yeah, again, one of them things. The fans, like I said, there, just gotta leave it all in there. Can give the odd little ones out for the checkouts and the breaks a throw. But yeah, just leave it till that winning dart.
You said that you lost it up there, but still averaged over 106. Do you think 2 years ago, 18 months ago, you'd be able to go through the atmosphere and still come out with that performance and that victory?
Yeah, I mean, I think 2 years ago, I think I would have started throwing my darts left-handed, to be honest. But that's how much I've grown. That's how much I've matured. And yeah, people might not say I'm mature, but try and be in my position.
You've experienced poor crowds before when you've been to Germany and whatever. How much do you take from those experiences when you go onto stages like this and the crowd isn't on your side? How much do you learn from it?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that's the first time I've been at the World Championships and the crowd haven't wanted to me to win. So yeah, I expect the worst on New Year's Day, whoever I do play. And yeah, whatever happens. I'm ready for New Year's Day.
Thank you, Luke. Well done today.
Well done, Luke. Could you be forgiven there when you went ahead of Rob for thinking the job was done, and did you expect such a comeback from him?
Yeah, obviously it's always good going into the game. Obviously, as you know, I always want a quick start. Obviously 1-0 up, give it to the crowd a bit. Might have peaked too early, done it a bit too early, and then he got his set. But that third little session, when there was 2 sets, I really had to win them, and that's what I'd done. But I didn't say to myself, you've won this when I was 3-1 up, because I knew Rob's always going to fight back. And yeah, the adrenaline definitely got to me, and it made me play a bit better.
And do you learn a lot more from wins like this than you do breezing past opponents to nil?
Yeah, definitely. I can learn a lot. I can learn how to deal with the crowd a bit better, not let as much emotion out, just keep it all in me until that final dart.
And confident going into the quarter-final against Christoph or Luke. Is there any preference?
Yeah, I mean, not really any preference. Obviously, these 2 guys, I know it's Christoph's first time, last 16. I don't know about Luke. Obviously, all of us players are playing for a lot more money, and obviously them 2 are to get themselves up the rankings a bit more. But yeah, good luck to them, and I'll see either one of them New Year's Day.
Well done, man.
Nice one. Thank you.
Well done, Luke. You hit 17 180s this round with a 106.58 average. Was that planned strategy or just on the spot feeling?
Yeah, I mean, it happened. Rob played well. Rob pushed me towards the end. He pushed me all the way through, and I just had to keep going. The 180s goes to show, and obviously my first 9 average goes to show how well I played.
The atmosphere was electric, and we saw you furrow your brow once. Was this atmosphere boost or a stress test for you?
Yeah, I don't think there was any stress, because you always want the crowd to be loud, and yeah, I think they were loud before we even got on stage, before the first leg. Obviously, they wanted Rob to win. But yeah, it was definitely a good game to be involved with. The crowd done their part, and I also done my job.
In your current form, do you see yourself more as an explosive player or a calculated, patient one?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to be explosive, because as dart players, it can tire you out. You can get tired. And obviously now it's a longer format, New Year's Day, 1st to 5. I'll definitely be keeping a lot more energy in the tank.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, mate. You showed a lot of resilience out there today and a lot of emotion. How much do you think showing emotion brings out the best in your game on that stage, especially, like they say, compared to a year ago? Do you think you've learned to deal with those situations and manage them a lot better?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, all as dart players, we're always going to show emotion, and we have every right to do so. Obviously, when you're in a game like that, and obviously the crowd, the hostile crowd, yeah, you've just got to let it out. You've got to let it out, and yeah, that's what I've done at the end when I won the game.
Thanks, Luke.
Nice one.